Hey there, friends and enemies, Joper here again, and today at PAX West, we got the full reveal of the Spider-Man set from Magic the Gathering, and it was pretty interesting. Now, I want to start off by showcasing the sneak peek at the secret layer we got that is dropping alongside the Spider-Man set. This is going to have Blasphemous Act, Factor Fiction, Scheming Symmetry, Frantic Search, and Impact Tremors, but I love the art on these. They look absolutely sick in my opinion, and I definitely plan on picking them up. Even though I have a lot of these cards already, it doesn't matter. They look really, really cool. Anyway, jumping into the main set that was showcased that I am really curious about, we did get a lot of interesting ones. I'm actually going to go from the very beginning of what was revealed, but you can kind of see like how good some of the art was, all the spectacular Spider-Man, that kind of stuff. And I do feel like there's quite a bit of variety as well. Now, we did get With Great Power. This is going to be a perfect card to add to a Voltron deck. It's 3 colorless and a white enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. So imagine something like Cloud, where you can just attach a bunch of equipment all at once, and then all damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. So you can probably find a way to give it indestructible or some other thing with some other big, powerful resilience type of effect with one of your R's or equipment. So I do think that's a great card. Potentially, this card, Relentless Assault, with the Prowler on it, looks absolutely awesome. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. That's kind of an insane card, and I think it's going to be very, very good. But mostly, I just want that one for the art, if I'm being fully honest. Then we got Behold the Sinister 6. This is another one that I think looks incredible. It is expensive at 6 colorless and a black, but you return up to 6 target creature cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. So in Commander, all your creatures are going to have different names, so this is going to be very, very valuable. I'll probably end up adding it to my Sephiroth deck, to be honest, and I think that would go very, very well. Then we've got Eddie Brock. This was another one of the big ones that was shown off, and it does convert into Venom like we've seen in the rest of the set, where you can either transform him by first casting him for the normal cost, and then he's got the effect of when he enters, return target creature with mana value 1 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And then you pay that mana and then transform him, or you can pay the 3 colorless black, red, and green in order to just cast him straight up as Venom. And he's going to have, he's a 5/5 with Menace, Trample, and Haste. And whenever he attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do draw X cards, then you may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from your hand on the battlefield, where X is a sacrifice creature's mana value. So again, if you have something on the field that's not getting a lot of value, maybe it costs 3 or 4 mana, and you can swap it with another creature that has a nice ETB effect, plus you get to draw that many cards. I think that's absolutely sick. Craven the Hunter, a little tarnish his name, but for 3 mana, being a 4/3 is really good with Trample, and then whenever a creature an opponent controls with the greatest power among creatures that player controls dies, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Craven the Hunter. So very good card for that low amount of mana for sure. Then we got Electro, 2/3 flying, and you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases ends. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, add a red mana. When Electro leaves the battlefield, you may pay X. When you do, he deals X damage to target player. That's going to be insane. I think there's so many ways to make this absolutely unbelievable and just stack mana for something like, imagine just like a simple fireball doing insane damage because you have all of that mana saved up. Absolutely crazy. I think some of these creatures are going to be nuts. Then you got Sandman, so 1 colorless and 2 green. He is Sandman's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Sandman can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, and for 3 colorless and 2 green, return this card and target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. So landfall decks are going to go absolutely nuts with Sandman, and especially because you return a target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, so that'll trigger landfall. You can also bring back one that was used to go find a basic land, for example, and it can just rinse and repeat. Just tremendous card value there. We got Mysterio, 3 colorless and a blue. When he enters, create a 3/3 blue illusion villain creature token for each non-token villain you control. Exile those tokens when Mysterio leaves the battlefield. This is what's interesting about this. All of these enemies here, like say you're building a villain deck, Mysterio would be perfect there. We've got Vulture. He's solid. We've got Costume Closet. Spider-Man India, I think looks pretty good overall, but I do like that art quite a bit. Keep him moving. We've got Norman Osborn. He cannot be blocked. 1 colorless and a blue for a 1/1, but whenever he deals combat damage to a player, he connives. You also can cast him or transform him, like the other cards in the set, into the Green Goblin for colorless, blue, black, and red. He is a 3/3 flying menace. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast, and then Goblin formula. Each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. So you may cast a card from your graveyard for its Mayhem cost. If you discarded it this turn, timing rules still apply. So fairly interesting. Then we got Pigeon, Spider Suit, Prowler. Not bad card there as well. Raging Goblinoids. Pretty thematic fitting for the Magic the Gathering. Moving on, we've got Rhino. He's absolutely insane. 6/7 for a lot of mana. That's actually insane. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Whenever Rhino attacks, if you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, draw a card. These various cards I think are absolutely sick. These are our cards that are already Magic, but with the new art. So we've got Shock, we've got Doc Ock, who is Lorthos, the Tidemaker. Then we got Path to Exile. This is a great card. Heroic Intervention as well. So lots of very interesting cards there. Reanimate, Arachnogenesis, Venom King Black, who is Skitherus, the Blight Dragon. Absolutely. This is one of the cards that I want the most, to be honest. It is a mythic, though, so it's going to be quite difficult to find, I would imagine. However, this looks absolutely sick. Then we got Eddie Brock, alternate art, another one over here as well. I love the comic book arts, to be honest, in this set. The most out of everything. Same thing with Norman Osborn, another really good one. But yeah, then we have all the spectacular Spider-Man. So we got the Fantastic Four with the paper bag on the head. We got the white armor costume there. We've got some of the base costumes. Look at all these. Just so many different versions of this, and they all look tremendous, in my opinion. Next up, we have Clone Saga. This one looks really good, but it's kind of a little confusing. So Surveil 3, when you catch next catch a creature, then copy it, and then choose a card name. Whenever a creature with the chosen name deals combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card. We got more Mysterio there. Lots of really, really good cards. Let me go through. These are some of the various different artworks as well. Ultimate Green Goblin, by the way. One, and then either black or red, one of each. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, discard a card, then create a treasure token, a Mayhem as well on the Ultimate Green Goblin. I like the look of this as well. This Carnage card is absolutely sick. 2 colorless, a black and a red for a 4/3 with trample. When it enters, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains the creature. This creature attacks each combat if able. Whenever and when this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. So this also has Mayhem on Carnage as well. We got the Land the Daily Bugle building. All right, more alternate arts for Sandman, Electro. Then we got Gwenom, Remorseless. So 3 colorless and 2 black, Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever Gwenom attacks until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. So Gwenom sounds really good. I think that's going to be a pretty solid card, and we got a lot of various artworks for that. We got another Behold the Sinister. This card looks so unreal honestly. But that's pretty much all of them. The cards that I'm most looking forward to actually playing with are going to be, I believe, so Relentless Assault. I just really like the way that looks. But I think Behold the Sinister Stick 6 and then With Great Power are probably the two that I think are going to be useful in my decks right away. Sandman is another good option. I think he's going to be fantastic. I do have a recent landfall deck that's very, very fun, and so I think that one's going to be very good. And then obviously I'm going to chase all the spectacular Spider-Mans I possibly can because they look absolutely unreal. What card that was revealed today are you most excited about checking out? Are there any that you're not really too thrilled with? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video as always, comment, subscribe. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.